You've been defeated long enough and mistreated long enough. Queen, it's time to stand up. Queen, it's time to get up. Queen, it's time to rise. Queen, rise.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Queens, rise up. You know how we do. This is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment. What we do around here, we empower that woman to do what? To know her worth and her value. And Queen, my question is, do you know? Do you know your worth? Do you know your value? I need you to get up this morning, shake the dust off. It's a new day. It's a fresh start. And is it a new beginning? But guess what? It's up to you. It's up to you to get up. It's up to you to decide. It is up to you. I need you to get up this morning and shake the dust off. If you're joining me today for the first time, my name is Chantel C. Ross, and this is Queen Rise Up. We meet here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guess what? You got to do life while life is still life, and that's real talk. You don't stop living because life is life. And he said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So I need you to get up this morning. I need you to shake the dust off and listen to me and declare over your life what God says concerning you. So when your feet hit the ground, make the devil mad that you up this morning. Make sure you have your foot on the jugular of his neck. Real talk this morning. Don't patty cake the issues in the life. The issues of life, they come with life at the end of the day. We're going to declare over your life this morning, but I want to say this. Sometimes we are always exalting what the enemy is doing. You know what? Sometimes just be like, Lord, what are you up to? Because we all be like, the enemy this and the enemy that. Yeah, he's doing what he do. He's very well at what he does. We'll talk. But ask God, what are you up to? You know what? What is the agenda on this thing? Where are you taking me in this? What do you want out of this? Because sometimes we spend time on just what the enemy is doing. We give him a lot of credit. You hear me? He's doing what he was designed to do, can I tell you? And the reason why we focus on him more than we do focus on what God is doing, because we are more familiar with the enemy than we are with God. Don't start none, won't be none. So when life is life, and be like, Lord, what are you up to? Lord, what are you preparing me for? Lord, what are you getting ready to take me to? Lord, where are you exalting me? Come on, real talk. What is it? What's on the agenda, Lord? Real talk. So I need you to get up this morning, Queen. Shake the dust off and shake the bands off and say, Lord, where are you taking me? What are you preparing me for? Real talk. I need you to get up this morning. Why this way? And this lesson, what is it that you need me to get out of this? Oh, when life be lifing. But while life is life, and I want you to get up and start decreeing and declaring over your life what God says concerning you. Queen, open your mouth and prophesy. Speak to them dry bones this morning. And that's all we're doing. Speaking into you, speaking life, prophesying what God says concerning you that was already written before you was in your mother's womb. Real talk. Don't stop. Queens, listen, real talk. Don't stop. None won't be none. You hear me? Because what God has for you, can I tell you it is for you? So I need you to get up this morning. Start declaring. I declare and decree over my life. Come on. That you are who God says you are, that you can do what God says you can do, that you are the head and not the tail, that you are above but not beneath, that you are more than a conqueror, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that you are bold and confident, and that by his stripes you are healed. Come on, I need you to get up this morning. Come on, listen, I want you to declare this morning over your life that you walk in the spirit of wisdom and wealth. Come on, this morning, I need you to get up this morning, and may you stir up the gifts that are inside of you, because God has a plan for you. I want you to declare and decree over your life that, God, you have a plan for me. Come on, it was already before I was in my mother's womb. I need you to get up this morning, Queen, because let me tell you, you got things to do, and that's real talk. Because a lot of times we get stuck on where we are versus where we're going. Queen, you're going somewhere. You got things to do. Come on, God has a plan for you. So if he has a plan for you, you got to prepare like there's a plan. You got to prepare like you going somewhere. I need you to get up this morning. Where you going, Queen? What you want out of life? Where is God taking you? What has he destined you for? What kind of dreams has he put in your heart? What kind of visions have he's given you? And when you get them, you got to start preparing for what the preparation. So you'll be established in that thing. So you'll be firm in that thing. And this is real talk. I don't know about you, but listen. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna read the scripture, because I was like, okay, Lila, we always getting ready. How can we be ready? Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, step. Getting ready to be ready. Don't start, no, it won't be none. It's like you going to school and you have a dream, you have a vision that you want to be a doctor or whatever that thing is. Before you can become that, you have to prepare for that. Don't start none. You got to prepare for that. If you want to go to school for cosmetologist, you cut hair. You go to cosmetology school so you can prepare, so you can be ready when the clients come. You can be ready. Come on, listen to me, real talk. So my question this morning: where are you going? What do you want? What are you preparing for? And Queens, let me say something. Are you ready? You're gonna be ready. Let me lock and load this morning. Let me do Ezekiel 38:7. He says this. He says, "Be ready and keep ready." So my question to you this morning, Queen, are you ready? Oh, I'm gonna have a sip this morning, because understand, when God decides to move, when he really starts moving in your life, He's not gonna move in just one area of your life. He's gonna the total man is going to go to the next level or to the next rank, not just one part of your life. And that's a real conversation that I can have with you sitting at the table today. Do you hear me? No, 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 no. When God starts elevating and moving you, it's going to be in every area of it. Watch your life. Even right now, even right now, where God is moving and strategically preparing or moving me in. Can I tell you, it's not just here. It's in other areas. So everything kind of correlates with each other. So don't be surprised if God is moving you here and then things over here begins to elevate, because He's a God of advancement. He's a God of progression, and that He is. You can't, and then sometimes we're trying to get somewhere, but we keep holding on to what was versus, to what is God, to what is. Can I just say that? You were holding on to what was, that you're not preparing yourself for what God has in store for you. Or we're keeping the same habits or the same conversations or the same inconsistencies. And God said, listen, I'm trying to mature you so you can be consistent, you can be disciplined. I am preparing you, because there's doors that are open that you're getting ready to walk through. But Queens, are you ready for the walkthrough? Have you been preparing for what God has in store for you? He may have been talking to you, telling you what was far off, but have you been preparing? I mean, lock and load Ezekiel. I want you to go into Ezekiel 38 verse 7. He says, "And the servant who knew his master but be ready." He said, "Be ready and keep ready, and you and all your hosts that are assembled about you." He said, "Be on guard for them." You gotta be ready, you gotta keep ready, so you can be firm, you'll be stable, you'll be established, and you'll be set up in the things that God has in store for you. And this is real talk. So listen, what is it that God has put a place on your heart? What is it that you have He's desired, that you even desired from Him? And how are you preparing? How are you preparing? Are you prepared? He said, "Be ready and keep ready." My question to you this morning, Queens, are you ready? Be ready and keep ready. Real talk. And you ain't got to always, you know what? Good morning, Barbara. Listen to me. I'm talking about preparation. In Ezekiel 38:7, he said, "Be ready and keep ready." Don't start. No, it won't be none. And to be ready and to keep ready, it takes some work. And that's real talk. He said, "Be ready." He says, "Be ready even in season and out of season." You don't never know when someone's gonna call on you. He said, you be ready. So if you're preparing, that means that you're preparing and you'll be prepared. You will be ready and you will keep ready. Even when the kids get ready to go to school, they give you the list of all the things that you need before they go to school. So they're preparing them, so when they get in class, they ain't got to be getting prepared. They'll be prepared, and then don't start. Then they have them get more extra supplies, so that they can only not do they be prepared, but they'll stay ready. So listen to me. Don't get caught off guard, Queen. I don't know where you know what. Don't get caught off guard. Listen to me. Where is it in life right now that God is like, listen, there's some preparation work that is needed. I'm taking you to other places. I'm getting ready to shift you in other areas of your life, and you got to get ready. Whenever you go into even when you're getting ready to go into surgery, they give you prerequisites so that you've already gotten ready so that you will be ready for the surgery. I mean, help somebody today. It'll make sense. So maybe right now you are in the preparation process. Maybe he is taking you through some things in life to get you prepared so you will be ready. Come on, when the time comes for you to level up. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. So you got to go through the process of the preparation so you can be ready. Come on, so you can keep ready. I need you to get up this morning, because let me tell you something. Life will catch you off guard, but if you are already prepared, honey, you know what? You'll learn how to still stand firm even in the midst of a storm. You will know how to stay established, listen, while you're pursuing what God says concerning you. So my question this morning, are you ready? Are you getting ready? Are you ready, or are you getting ready? And what are you doing in the midst of your preparation? What are you connected to? What are you pulling back from? What doors are you closing? What doors are open? Listen to me. He said, even before you start to build, he said, count your cost up. Count up your cost so that you will have enough to build. Don't run out don't start none, Queen. Don't run out because you haven't counted up your cost. So that next decision that you're getting ready to make it that you need to make, you count your costs. Listen to, don't stop. No, count your costs. Whether it's people, places, or things. We're talking about preparation. If you're preparing, you will be ready so you can keep ready. You gotta know. You have to know. What is it that you're being prepared for? Where is it that God is taking you? What is it that the things that he has in store for you? That means if God has things in store for you, that means he can't release them yet, because now you have to prepare, come on, and get ready and be ready for what he has in store for you. So my question to you this morning, are you ready for what God has in store for you? Listen to me. Or are you preparing for what God has in store for you? Whenever, Queens, I go back and think about all the storms that I have experienced in life. They were nothing. Those storms were a preparation for what God was getting ready to do, what he had in store for the plan that was on my life. I wasn't just getting ready just for all that you go through isn't for naught. At the end of the day, he's preparing you for something greater than the circumstance or the situation. And so the circumstance should be teaching you how to get established, how to stand firm, real talk, how to elevate, not just in one area of your life, but across the whole board. I got a good girlfriend. She keeps saying, "You Queen, all right, enough is enough." I'd be like, "Don't." She'd be like, "Enough is enough." I was like, She'd be like, "You come on." I'll be like, She'd be like, "Come on," because one thing about me, I know much is given, much is required. Because once you step over that threshold and I come outside that comfort zone, baby, it is up from here. Do you hear me? Once you come outside that comfort zone, it is up from here. So sometimes we get comfortable in our norm. Real talk. Good morning, Jackie. Good, Barbara. I see you, Queen. We get comfortable in our norm, so we are afraid to really prepare for what God is getting ready to do in our lives. So we'll stay comfortable. We'll stay in that easy zone. We stay in the cut and that laid back. But baby, in order for, even when you're working out, even for your muscle to come through, so you can see the definition of that thing, guess what? You're gonna have to go a little higher. You're gonna have to pump just a little bit more. You're gonna have to put a little bit more reps in. You might have to put on some more weight and endurance on that thing for God to get you, because much is given, much is required. So he says, listen, how are you preparing for where God is taking you, so that when time comes, you won't be getting ready, you will be ready, and you will keep ready. God, he's something else. I need y'all to look. Your preparation is so that you will be ready and you will keep ready. Go to Ezekiel chapter, Ezekiel 38:7. Be ready and keep ready, and you and all your hosts that are assembled about you, and to be on guard for them. I need you to get up this morning, Queen, because we always busy getting ready. How we gonna be ready? So Are you ready? Are you ready? What are you ready for? You have to do a habit. So you have to have a habit of getting to uncomfortable. Queen, real talk. Yesterday, Barbara, I gotta do something today, right? And it's not that I'm sure I can do it, but I'm telling you, my team is so determined for me to do it. I said, y'all gonna make me jump off this cliff whether I like it or not. Boy, they was cracking up whether I want to come out my comfort zone or not, because eventually you gonna have to go. Do you hear me? You do habits of getting comfortable. We do have habits of getting comfortable in circumstances and situations, conversations, friends, family member, places and things. No. With God, I'm finding with God, you can't get comfortable. You can't get settled, because He's a God of advancement. He is always on the move. We're always going through a process, going through a breakthrough, going through. So that means that if you're going through something, that means, you know what? You really ain't got a whole lot of time to twiddle your thumbs. But if you get comfortable in and you get comfortable in what was, how are you gonna know what God has in store for you? So my question today, your preparation, what do it look like? Your readiness. Are you ready? Are you ready for what God has in store for you? Going through my storm, Queens, I was getting ready. I'm going to tell you, going through the storm, I wasn't babysitting the storm. I wasn't babysitting the issue. I was getting ready and getting prepared for what God had in store. And this is real talk. Do you hear me? Just because it looked like that doesn't mean that's it. That's all. There is more to come. So when time came, I wasn't preparing. I was ready. I need you to get up this morning. So while experiencing life turning upside down, oh man, everything, going haywire and chaotic, calamity. No. I was building, counting up my costs. You hear me? Making sound decisions so that the natural man doesn't get ahead of the spiritual man. Can I help you? So you gotta have some balance at the same time. And this is real talk. So when life is chaotic, you gotta learn how to win and how to make your moves. You gotta learn, through the Spirit of God, real talk, on what decisions to make and what not to make, when to move and not to move. And because sometimes we can allow our emotions to get ahead of us. And Queen, let me tell you something. Your habits is so important. We do have a habit, man. You know what habits? And some habits are hard to break, Barbara. Some habits are, you ever talk to a person, you're trying to tell them about change or, a new idea or another way of doing things, and their rebuttal is like, because they're afraid of change or been doing certain habits the same way for a long time. Because habits are hard to break. Because habits come from doing something repetitively over a period of time. And those habits that need to be broken now become normal to the individual. And so this is where God says, I come in to set the captives free, the mind to, come on, real talk, Queen, just watch our life. And so what happens in our habits, sometimes they make us stubborn, Barbara. Our habits will make us stubborn in certain areas. We don't want to change. You know what, God, He's trying to get you ready for something bigger, something greater. But because you don't want to change a certain habit, you will stay stuck in the rut, and then you will take that ideology on every area of your life, whether it's financial, whether it's in relationships. Bad habits creates bad character. Don't start, no, it won't be none. And so whenever God is trying to pull you out of a place to establish you into something new, or to pull you from old thoughts and old patterns so He can, get you to the next part of the next phase of your life, of your victory, of your freedom, of your peace, sometimes we don't want to go. And I know this next step that I need to make on my life, can I tell you, is connected to my wealth. So you got to make the move. Woo! Look, you got to make the move because it's connected to my wealth. Don't start none, won't be none. What move you need to make that is connected to your next part of your destiny? Queens, I need you to get up this morning and shake the dust off. Are you ready? Are you preparing? Are you ready? And you ready to keep ready? And this, I know my grandma used to say, stubborn as an old mule. You know what? Real talk. Honey, and mules, you put them yokes around their neck, they want to go their way. The owner trying to take them this way. That's why you know what? Let me yoke you up. Let's go. Come on, you going this way. But sometimes we can be stubborn. Our spirits can be stubborn because we have a very strong will. I know I'm a tough cookie. Real talk. If I believe something, honey, until God reveals, I promise you, I'm holding on to it and running all the way. And then my mom said, my mom said, hard head girl, make a soft something. Don't start nothing. Real talk. But my question to you this morning, preparation. Ezekiel 38:7. He said, be ready and keep ready. Queens, are you ready? Now, if you're getting ready, so you can be ready, and when you be ready, keep ready. Do you hear me? So when life happens, you still standing. When things ain't going your way, the boat's rocking, you still steady. You learn how to use what you got until you get where you going. So how is your preparation? Do you even know where you're going? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you're waiting on? Do you know what you're being ready and prepared for? Real talk. I'm going to help somebody this morning. Because if you allow the word of God to be your stumping stool or allow him to lead you and to guide you, real talk. Can I help somebody this morning? It's not just preparation for this life. It's for what's to come. But he'll use life experiences to get you on the path of readiness for what's to come. So when he comes, you won't be getting ready. You will be ready. Don't start now. Let me get over here this morning. So where are you right now this morning? What you preparing for? That's real talk. But you got to come out of your comfort zone. Maybe you need to do a little bit more today. Do something different. Come outside your comfort zone. Because if you keep doing the same thing, you're gonna keep the same results. Now I always say everybody's in different places in their life. What I need, you may not need. What I want, you may not want. Where I'm going, you may not be going that. That, at the end, we pray we're all going to the same place. But it's just how you get to that destination. It may be different. We are in different parts of our life. So he said, count up your cost. Don't count up my cost. Count your cost up. Before you build. So you're preparing for where you're going. And I'll tell you, in that preparedness, and it is not easy. Because there are some things you're going to have to deal with along the way. Whether it's friends, family, your enemies, your foes. So if I was to ask you this morning, what are you getting ready for? What you going to be ready for? And what you going to keep ready for? What you're experiencing in life is not for naught. I said earlier, and I don't know if you guys were here, but a lot of times in our getting ready and being ready, we focus a lot on the adversary. Yesterday, Queens, I said, we ain't finna do you. But God, what are you up to? Lord, what are you getting ready to do in my life? You got to change them habits, because we always sometimes concentrate on what the enemy does. He got his job down packed. He is aware. And we acknowledge him all the time. But ask God, God, what are you up to? What you getting ready to bring through? What's getting ready to come? Because a lot of times before God is getting ready to release and something's he's getting ready to elevate, there's always some type of calamity right before the breakthrough. And this is real talk. That's why you got to be prepared so you can be ready, so you can go ahead and advance. Come on, so you can preparing. It's like studying to show yourself approved. So when time comes, you ain't wait. Come on. Good morning, Terry. Real talk. Study to show yourself approved. So when the time comes for things to happen in your life, you've already prepared for the place that's coming. And this is real talk. So not that you're gonna keep just getting ready. You're gonna be ready. You're gonna stay ready. I don't know, Queens, are you ready? And this is real talk. Oh, don't start. No, won't be no. I mean. And if you always getting ready, how can you be ready? Let me settle. That means you ain't never ready for nothing. If you always getting ready, Queens, are you? Woo! Happy Friday, Terry. Don't start none, Queen. Won't be none. You hear me? In that moment, Queen, while I'm talking to you, I'm having flashbacks because I remember, because Queen, always a teeny and a crying and woe is me, and you know what? Get up and get ready so you can be ready. That's some work required. You're gonna live. Are you gonna be ready? Have you dealt with the things you need to deal with? Are you dealing with the things you need to deal with? So you can be ready and keep ready. Real talk. That takes another level of maturity to be ready and to keep ready. Woo! When the storms is raging, can you still rock steady? Or do your emotions overgulf you? Can you still be consistent and faithful? Ask God when next time you have a storm and things in life is like real chaotic. Lord, what you got in store? What's next? What's next on the table? It's like you leveling up. What's on the table? What do you have in store for me? Where we getting ready to go? What is that you're preparing me for? You better help yourself you said help for yourself. Don't start nothing, Queen. Don't start nothing. Real talk. Listen. Where are you preparing me? Where are we getting ready to go? What is the next level? Because God, when the enemy's up to something, God, he's up. I promise you, every single time. So that's why you got to be very mindful of your responses, your rebuttals, what you do. Don't get caught in your emotion, because whenever the enemy is spiked, don't you know God? He's always up to something. There is either another level of breakthrough. There's another level of revelation. There is something that is going on. Let me tell you, another level of deliverance. Real talk. Come on. So what are you up? What we getting ready to jump into, Lord? Real talk. That's how I'll be, Rob. Like, okay, if that happened last night, it's something on the other side of this thing. If that's what's going on over here, you got everything all razzle dazzle. No, God, what's in store? What are you preparing? Ask him, Lord, what are you preparing me for? Where are we getting ready to go? What next level you getting ready to take me on? What revelation we getting ready to get through this? What is it you getting ready to show me? How are we getting ready to advance the kingdom? Woo! Listen. Because if that's taking place, what's good that's taking place? What are you preparing? What are we getting prepared for? Because if not, you'll get stuck in what's happening. Now, my question this morning, are you ready? Somebody's like, no, I'm getting ready. But you get ready so you can be ready and keep ready. So when life is happening, you ain't always wavering, unsure that you are stable. And when you got to deal with things in life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you don't lose your balance, don't lose your footing. Are you ready? Are you ready to come out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to do something differently? Because you keep doing the same thing, you don't get the same results. Are you ready for change? Do you want to be prepared so you will be ready? Not always getting ready for where you're going, not for where you are. I always say throughout when walking out or dealing with life, you know what, it'll make sense after a while. Sometimes what you have to do doesn't make sense because now you're walking by faith and not by sight. Not knowing that all those things that I've experienced is preparing me for what God already has in store. All those mistakes, all the victories, they're only for preparation for what God has in store. This moment right here, right now, is just a place that God is using to prepare for what He has in store. It's almost like being you in practice mode for the real thing. Don't start none, won't be none, so you'll be ready. You ain't always getting ready, but you will be ready and you will stay ready. But you got to use the experiences in life for a ready place. So when they come to you, because I'm going to tell you, they knocking at the door. And I just kept saying, They knocking. I'm like, let Him do it. And I said, yes, I'll do it. Because if I stay in the comfort, if I stay in the same place, what's waiting on me? Real talk. I was like, let them do it. But if I stay in the same place, how I'm going to get what God has already prepared? You got, Terry, guess what? You got to go. I already know, Queen. I already know. We say you can run, but you can't hide. Long time. Terry, don't start none. They just knocking. I was like, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I said, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. Because if you don't go, Queens, we are the game changers. We set atmospheres. Man, woo, come on. Good morning, Queen. Come on, gotta get back to work. Love you, First Lady. God bless you. All right. We game changers, atmosphere changers. Woo! You are. Words are so powerful, they call things out and into existence. I'm telling you. I looked at something on TV the other day. I told my daughter I'm a habit. I promise you. She was like, I already know. Come on, you are the game changer. Queen, real talk. So all that we have experienced through our journey in life, was preparation so you can be ready for what you've been purposed, what you've been called, what you've been destined, what you've been ordained to do. Real talk, you hear me? Queen, don't start now, Terry, this morning. You are the game changers. Do you hear me? You got so much power in your mouth that the life and the death that is in it, that you can call things as not as though they are. And this is real talk. There's so much that your mind is so powerful, Queen. He'll show you vision, dreams, and ideas that after a while, if you keep on moving, they'll come into manifestation. And this is real talk. Keep saying something after a long period of time. Watch the game change. Enough is enough. Today is the last day. You shall live and not die. Come on, you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are more than a conqueror. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Come on, you are not the tail. You are the head. Come on, you hear me? Come on, you are a woman of wealth. You hear me? Spirit of wisdom, the spirit of knowledge. Come on, and understanding. Come on, Queen, don't start none, God, this morning. Now, you know what? Woo! You are destined for greatness. Come on, Queen, real talk. The plan and the purpose that God has for you was already before you was in your mother's womb. So the things that you experienced, come on, they're not for naught. They go with the plan that God has for you. Come on, Queen, let me tell you something. The greatness, woo, you are valuable, Terry. Come on, real talk, Queen. You are valuable. You so valuable that he gave life, come on, so that you can live. Resuscitation time. Listen, real talk, gave life so that you can live. How much, you know how valuable, that's priceless. At the end of the day, gave life so you can live. What, don't waste it. Don't waste the time. And we don't have a whole lot of it. But don't waste time. Woo! You are valuable. And you are fearfully, wonderfully made. Man, you renew your mind in that area, watch them habits start to change. And then when life starts lifing, you won't just be getting ready. In the spirit of your mind, you will be ready. Can I help you today, Queen? You will be ready. Woo! You won't be getting ready. You will be ready. Why? Because now your mind is renewed. Come on, in that area. Because sometimes we think ready means having a certain type of look. Come on, David. My boy David, I know I love David. I know he did, but I love my boy David because David, I'm sure while he was dealing with the sheep, he knew he was going to be king. Sip. So when time came, David wasn't getting ready. He was already ready. Listen. He was ready from getting ready. Don't start none, Queen, with the sheep, taking out Goliath. So when time came to be, he wasn't getting ready. He was ready. And Samuel anointed him before. Good morning, Queen. He was king. He was already ordained. You were already chosen. You were already set apart. You was already anointed for this. You know what? Let me. Woo! Already. Now get ready so you can be ready. And you can keep ready. Good morning, Gwen. That part. Don't, Queen, if you catch it, already. Gwinnett, don't start none, won't be none. You hear me? Already. So you are preparing to be prepared and to keep ready for what has already been up. God, you're not finna mess with me this morning. You're not gonna mess with me like this morning. You ain't finna mess with me. You ain't finna mess with me like this morning. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Already. You know, some people wonder, like, how can you do that? And you make it look so easy. It was already ordained. Isn't it? It was already set. It was already done. I'm just walking in what has already been ordained. But if you don't go, how you gonna know? Ooh, that sounds like a promise. Terry, you better walk. You better walk, Queen. Don't start none. Won't be none. Yo. So, Queen already prepared. Ezekiel 8:38 say, "Be ready and keep ready." But we live life always getting ready. Are you ready for anything? Anything? Listen. And let me just do this, because I want you to be the balance, because we are always, it feels to us like we are always preparing, but you got to be ready for something. Are you ready? You never know when God's going to call on you. You never know when someone's going to need what it is that God already know that you are able to do. But are you ready? Man, all of us at the end of the day, God, do you hear me? Good morning, Queen. Don't start nothing, Deborah. Don't start nothing, Queen, this morning. You hear me? He say, be ready and keep ready. But if you always preparing, he said, be ready in season, out of season. Ezekiel 38:7. I just pulled, be ready and keep ready. He said, you and all your hosts are assembled about you, and be on guard for them. And if you go back over Ezekiel, what he was getting ready. Queen, if you always get, you know what, you gonna miss something. I'm getting ready. Are you ready for anything, or you gonna miss it? And that's real talk. Do you hear me? We gonna miss on something because we're so busy always. He said, no, be ready. Be ready and keep ready. Let me have a sip this morning. Don't you start, no, Queen, because I got to get up out here. But real talk. Always preparing. But are you ready for anything? The bus is good. Queen, gone. Did you look? And some of us today need to just say yes. Yeah. Yes. 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 Real talk, Queen. Listen to me. Don't start nothing, Queen. I ain't even tap into all of that because my time is going to get left behind. Listen to me. Be ready. Keep ready. And are you ready? Do you got your oil? The 5 foolish and the 5 wise queens, they all had. But some foolish ones, they wasn't ready. They wasn't ready, Queen. They all had oil. But them 5 foolish, they wasn't ready. Them 5 wise, they had some and some. They counted up the cost. The 5 fives didn't count. Don't miss the opportunity. Listen to me, because you're always busy. Come on, real talk, trying to get ready. He said, no, be ready and stay ready. Are you ready? I imagine what them five foolish was doing, what they was playing around in, what was they conversating with, what was they connected to, what was they plugged into, what was they letting into their spirit. Come on, the five. Don't start nothing, Queen. I gotta get up out of here, real talk. But you gotta be ready and keep ready. They were still preparing. They had oil, don't get me wrong. They had oil, Queen. Them five foolish had some. But they was playing tiddlywinks with what they had. Come on, don't start. None won't be none. You know what all of, what you connected to, what you playing with. How's your prayer life? How's your worship life? You know what she said at Facebook, TikTok. Listen to me, real talk, Queen. Oh, what got your attention? Now you got to be ready and keep ready. So when storms in life are raging, you ain't playing. You know what? Them five foolish. Don't start none. Are you ready? What you do, the choices you make, they either gonna put you in ready mode, or would you miss the bus or get left? So your preparation is preparing you to be ready and to keep ready. Life circumstances, they're not for naught. So you'll be able to stand firm. You'll be stable. You'll be established. So you ain't got to always be getting ready. You will be ready. And you will keep ready. Queens, you're rising up from the inside out, not just from the outside in. Destiny is waiting on you. Some of you won't even stir up the gifts that are inside of you. You say the ant prepared in the winter, Queen, real talk, because you know the seasons was going to change. Even now, all that summer love, they was preparing for what was to come, Queen. So when winter came, they already ready. Let me have a sip. They're ready. So when the seasons change, they're not getting ready for the season that they're in. They're ready already. They still got a little bit of time if they're doing it right. I don't know what they're doing now. You know, I was watching the leaves fall. My son was like, okay, Mom, I'll rake the grass. I was like, no, let them all fall. Or you're going to find yourself raking grass 3-4 times. Let them all fall. Let them all fall. Let them all come on down. And then when they come down, then go get them. There is a season. Real talk. Some of you have let your seasons keep coming that you mess around. How many times have your season come and you miss? I'm at another season, but I ain't going to miss this one. I ain't missing this one. Whoa, listen, I'm at another season. And I am aware of the season that it is. Are you aware of the season? Real talk, Queen. Woo, listen, the season. The season. So don't miss your season. How many times have you missed your opportunities? You got to know the season. You got to know that God is doing the new thing in you. You have to perceive it. And it's uncomfortable. But don't miss your season. Don't miss your round of what God has in store for you. So you should have been preparing life, issues, forgiveness, unforgiveness. Come on. Mental, whatever it is. Come on. So then when your season comes, you won't be getting ready. You will be ready. So how is your preparation? How did you use the oil that you had? It'll make sense after a while. Don't miss your season. Somebody's waiting on you. Somebody's waiting on you. Listening season. You said listening season is a setback. But when there's seasons for listening, there's a season. There's a season. There's a season for everything. But there's a season for everything. There's a season for listening. There's a season for sitting. There's a season for loaning. There's a season for everything. Do you hear me? There's a season. But the seasons are preparation for where he's taking you, what he has in store for you, what he has already ordained for you. Because there's season, but you can't stay in. You can't just stay in duck season. You know, I mean, listen, because their seasons change, and so you got to be able. You can't wear. You don't want to wear a winter coat in summer. And there is setback season, but when you have your setback seasons, understand that your setbacks is for setups. Your setback is not so you can stay back. Your delays don't be your denials. He's just trying to do something in that season, and you have to recognize it. I can't go yet. No, it ain't time now. What is the delay? Well, God, what is you preparing me for? So in the setback, you are to be preparing for what. So you will be ready. So your setbacks is just setups. Gwen, for all the setbacks I have had, Queen, they was all setups. Do you hear me? They were setups. In the moment, it felt like setbacks, but they were setups. Preparation, opportunity, advancement. I always say, even when the enemy is always aggravating and agitating and doing what he does best, I always say, God, what are you up to? Come on. What are you up to? What's in store for me? Where are you trying to take me? What is it? What direction do you want me to go? What is it that you need me to hear in this season? What is it you need me to say in this season? And this is real talk. Woo! Come on. Listen. My setbacks was doors of opportunity for me to learn something new. Teach my hands to fight, my fingers to war. Teach me how to hear your sound, how to hear you, Lord. Real talk, Queen. You got to use them as opportunities for what he's preparing, what he has prepared for you. You talking about 23 after 23 years. Divorce. Now, baby, that's a setback. Then that could have been a setback, but it was a setup. Do you hear me? Don't start none this morning, but real talk, 23 years. Now, now how you take it? I worked that. God, we gonna work this one. No. And Gwen, if I wasn't studying and pursuing what God had in store, I would have counted that as a setback, honey. That was a setup. You hear me? You learn how to use opportunities that you see as setbacks as opportunities for setup, for the place of preparation to prepare you to be ready and rock steady. Real talk. Because even in that moment, Queen, I could have been one of the 5 foolish. Don't start none. But I didn't waste my oil, Queen. Don't you waste your oil on setbacks. If that's you today, get back up. You hear me? I could have wasted my oil. And somebody DMs, you know what? No, not today and not on this watch. Take you. Don't stop. I got to get up out of here. But real talk this morning. Don't miss your boat. Now, if you are in a place of preparation, but you are preparing so that you will be ready and that you will keep ready. Some of you are ready, but you won't go. Oh, I felt like I was almost talking to myself. Ma! But you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Somebody's waiting on you. Somebody's waiting on you. I'm gonna have a sip. Go back over Ezekiel 38. Read the whole thing and what was going on in Ezekiel chapter 38. I pulled from there because what they had to do in the season of Ezekiel 38. Because I don't know what your season is. What your promise is. But you got to be ready for it. Can you imagine putting all that hard work in and you're not ready? Can you imagine having a form of godliness with no power? Can you imagine not even being ready for Christ's coming? After you have done all you have done and not ready? Even being the 5 foolish, you're not ready? Ain't no way you're going to take me through all of this and all of that and not be ready. You got to get up. You got to get up. Be ready. Keep ready. Guys, I got to get up out of here. Today, may you take the meat, leave the bones. May God bless you in Jesus' name. But before you walk out of here today, just evaluate your life. Just look at your life. How long you been getting ready in that area? Preparing, but never being ready. That you miss opportunity. And what your opportunity is. Come on, Queen. You do. One of the Queen said, rock steady. Real talk that you won't get thrown off by situations and circumstances in life. That you'll be able to stand firm and get established and be stable. But whatever. Wherever you are, Gwinnett, to God be the glory. You hear me? Well, you know, one thing about this, be ready. You don't know what you're going to face. I promise you. You don't know what you're going to face. You don't even know what your opposition is going to be like. You don't even know what your battles, what you're going to experience in them. But you better make sure you be ready. And keep ready. You hear me? Woo! You got a lot on the line. There's a lot. Your life is on the line. Your destiny is on the line. And not just your natural destiny, but your eternal destiny. Do you hear me? Your eternal destiny. Now, be ready and keep ready. By all means necessary. Do you hear me? I got to get up out of here, Queens. Y'all know that I love you, and I do. May God bless you. May God keep you. May He give you revelation on your readiness. Do you hear me? Real talk, and keep you stable. Listen to me. In the things of God, and that's real talk. Not just so, you know what? I got to get up out of here. I won't be doing 30 minutes of self-love today. I have to do a presentation I gotta do. So so guys, I'll see you Monday. I may come on Saturday. It depends. 30 minutes of self-love. Barbara, I love you, Queen. Listen to me. You lock, load, and release. You hear me? Ezekiel, listen to me. Be ready, Queen. Be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready. Get your hearts right, get your mind right. Be ready, be ready, be ready. You hear me? So you can keep ready, real talk. Even them issues in life, deal with them so you won't be dealt with. Do you hear me? Come on, be ready, be ready, be ready, and keep ready, real talk. Those issues, that sin that may be in your life that's holding you hostage. You hear me? That thing, whatever that thing is in your life, real talk, so you can be ready. Do you hear me? No more shoving it underneath the rug, quit acting like it doesn't exist. Deal with it. And this is real talk. Be ready. Oh, don't start now. I know I got to get up out of here, but be ready and keep ready. Don't. Queen, good morning, Natalie. Natalie, can I just say this, Queen? And I haven't had time to stop by just to tell you, you look absolutely beautiful, Natalie. Can I tell you, I see a new glow on you, Queen. I haven't had time to stop and pause and take that moment just to tell you, but I see you. Do you hear me? Okay, I'm going to leave that just like that. I do see you, and I know it wasn't easy to come by, Queen. Do you hear me? Come on, listen to it. Every setback was a setup for the come up, and that's real talk. Don't start, no, won't be none. But Queens, make sure you are ready. Do you hear me? And stay ready. Be ready and stay ready. Not always getting ready, and that's real talk today. Guys, I love you guys so much. I got to get up out of here to finish and preparing for this next thing that God had we getting ready to do that I said yes to. And but real talk, make sure you say Ezekiel 38, make sure you lock and you low. Gwinnett, real talk, Queen. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Woo! Come on, come on, come on, come on, Gwinnett. Come on, Queen. I know, come on. Listen to me. Listen. You know, and a lot of times we talk about, you know how we hear great, your season, it's your season, it's your season, it's your season, everything connected, so you gonna win, blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes, you know. But really, when that thing really snaps in your spirit, man, in the renewing of your mind, baby, woo! Because when you get loose, you're going to go get some others. Somebody's waiting on you. But if you're always preparing and never ready, how you going to go get? Let me have a sip. Go. Somebody's waiting on you, Queen. Somebody's waiting for you. Listen to me. This is only what we do for, you know what, real talk, Queen. Don't start none, won't be none. You hear me? I'm so sorry I missed you on my day off. Come on, Queen. I'm glad you had a day off. All is well. Enjoy your day. God sees, he sees, Queen, and he does. You can run, but you can't hide. Don't start none, won't be none. You hear me? Only what we do for Christ, for the Lord will last. And that's real talk, Natalie, at the end of the day. Oh, like it or not, it's the only thing that will last. And the thing about it is, you still got to be living life. You still got to live life while life is life. And you know, we're still living life on earth while so that balance is very, very important at the end of the day as well. So you got to have balance. You got to deal with real life. You got to deal with children. You got to deal with death. You got to deal with finance. You got to deal with health. You got to deal with children. You got to deal with divorce. You got to deal with, listen. Why are you really dealing with real life? And still trying, and allowing God to use you through all of that. Through all of that. All of that. All of that. Because life be life. But you still got to be ready. Let me have a sip. Don't start none, won't be none. Woo! Queen! To God be the glory. And you know, it's not all times that I want to go. It's not always a yes. But when you understand that it's greater than yourself, it's greater than you, is bigger than you. So I don't know what seasons you are in right now. But seasons change. Don't miss your season. Nothing lasts always. Nothing. He's a balm. Let him heal you. So much. Lord have mercy. Get ready so that you'll be ready and you'll stay ready. God is waiting on some of you. Y'all think y'all waiting on God. He waiting on you. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you. He already let you know, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will be with you always, even to the end of the earth. His word won't return back unto him void. He's waiting on you. Some of you been in setback season too long. Some of you been in doubt season too long. fear season, depression season. It is time to rise up. Queens. It's like he's calling the soldiers to the front line. To the front line. To the front line. You got to get up. You got to move out. Be ready so you can keep ready. You see, I just finished watching your son this morning. The word of God is true that say that you are blessed and your children's children are blessed. Natalie, don't start nothing, Queen. Woo! Listen. To God be the glory. You hear me? To God be the glory. And that's a real conversation. You hear me? To God be the glory. But each one of them, I have learned those seasons, those are personal moments that they have with Christ himself. You hear me, Natalie? And that's a real conversation. Something happens. That's another story. Now, I'm not going to fool with you. You hear me? But real talk, to God be the glory. You hear me? And to God be the glory what God is doing in that man and through that man. You hear me? And the thing about it is I'm going to get up out of here. But Queen, we are just the ones that God uses to bring them to the earth to get for their assignments and their purpose. We're just the vessels used. Lord, what a privilege and an honor. Real talk. To God be the glory. And it is. Listen. Guys, you know what? And then let me just say this. Let me get out of here while I'm coming down. When God begins to move you out of and into your seasons of life and begin to elevate you and to the things that go with your elevation, I promise you, they're going to be uncomfortable. The things that go to get you to the next level or to the next realm, next dimension, because I believe there's levels. I do believe there's realms and there's dimensions, because if you don't believe it, just listen. Powers, principalities, and rulers, and wicked things in high places. There is levels in this thing. There's ranks and there's dimensions, and this is real talk. And so when he starts to move you from where you are into the different levels of maturity in those things, the things that you experience in life, what they say, the bigger the setback, or the bigger the attacks, because the higher the purpose, the higher the assignment. Real talk, you understand? So don't think just because you're experiencing things and maybe tragic, even be death, financial, emotional, mental. So whatever those things is that God allows you to experience, they go with where he has already ordained you and planned for you. And this is real talk. That's why I allow the setbacks to be set-ups, to allow the things that you think are supposed to take you out to get you up. Not to take you out. Not so you can draw back. It's so that you'll learn how to press forward. How to keep your eye on the prize of the high calling. so you don't miss what God has in store for you, that you don't miss what God is doing. Guys, I got to get up out of here, but real talk, be ready, keep ready. So what you're going through is preparing you for your readiness. So you know how to, what you say, Barbara, rock steady. You hear me? I got to get up out of here, Queen, so that I love you. Be blessed. In Jesus' name, take the meat and leave the bones. You hear me? And Queens, if you have not, go grab your membership today for so you can get your supplements, your vitamins, your magnesium, your collagen, your super reds, your super greens. Take care of you. If you look on my page, you'll see where you can get your membership with Live Good for $9.95 a month, so you can get your supplements at wholesale. 75% off. So I want you to go grab your membership, because I promise, spiritual warfare and taking care of you, they go hand in hand. Do you hear me? They go hand in hand. I promise you, taking care of you, because a lot of times the body of Christ is the most sick, unhealthiest, and we got power, we got authority, we got dominion. Take real talk. Watch them two, between taking care of your health and spiritual warfare. Watch. There was something about, he said, I pray that you be in good health even as your soul prosper. A lot of times we're sitting and we're spiritually enlightened, but our health is so attacked, under siege. We can look good on the outside, but never really dealing with the issues on the inward, as it is in the natural, as it is in the spiritual. And this is real talk. Just take them, parallel them two together. So make sure, Queens, you are taking care of yourself for battle. You understand? Not just in the spiritual realm, but also in your natural man. Do the best you can each and every day. Each and every day. It don't have to be perfect, but at least try. So grab your membership. Go look at the products that you may need that you haven't. And so, some of us to this day be like, oh, I feel well, I feel perfect. But do you know that you're losing everyday bone, everyday muscle? Every time you age, you lose muscle and you lose bone. So making sure you're taking care of yourself now, so that as you begin to age, your body is well kept. That your cartilage and your muscles is being restored. Because if you know, as you age, your bones, the density in them, be in good health even as your soul prospers. So I pray that you go grab your membership. If you have any questions, let me know. I got you. Be getting ready so you can be ready. I got to get up out of here. Guys, know that I love you. Be blessed. You already know how we do. In Jesus' name. All right, I got to get up out of here. Know that I love you. Have a fabulous weekend and be like, you know what, girl? I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. And I'm gonna find. And when you say you ready, you're gonna find out where you're not ready, so you can get ready. You know what? So you can be ready. I got to get up out of here. I love you. Have a blessed and amazing